Let's create a pivotal impact. Hey, Bradley, thank you so much for coming back onto the Truck Focus podcast. Super excited off camera, or I guess off recording. Some of the stuff we were talking about, and honestly, I just watch your face and just seeing you light up about when we're talking, obviously, industry. We're talking the Convoy, which we're talking about today as a recap. It's just really nice to see. I can tell you care. I can tell you're passionate. And yeah, being involved in the community is just all in all, it's awesome. So welcome back to the podcast, man.
Thanks.
Absolutely. So yeah. Yeah, no, I was hyped when you said yes. Obviously, it's nice what you and the team accomplished. So everyone listening, we are going to be talking about the Lesco ProShow Country Christmas Convoy that took place on December 11th. Huge success, and a lot of the gratitude definitely goes to Bradley for part of it was the coordinating, part of it was just leading the just really grounding up some troops, dealing with different forms of government for permitting, obviously supporting local just communities and stuff. So I'm really excited just to talk about it today. Awesome. So just as a quick recap, who is Bradley?
I'm owner operator from Stony Plain. Been in that industry for about 20 years. Oil field mainly. And I love trucks, passion for it.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah, so when we were talking on episode 58 leading up to the Convoy, so for those listening, definitely recommend that you check it out just to learn a little bit more about Bradley and what they're doing. What's your company's name as owner operator?
10 Lug Transport Limited.
Perfect. And you're based out of Edmonton?
Yeah, Stony Plain.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, man, super hyped. So thanks. So in regards to the Convoy itself, kind of walk us through, how did it go?
It actually went amazing. It couldn't have went better if we had planned it that way. We had 67 units, 9 pilot cars, two enforcement cruisers front and back. They run us right through the town of Leduc. It was amazing. There was people everywhere, in parking lots, cameras everywhere. It was like a parade. It was pretty cool.
So awesome. That's so awesome. So I was reading your CTV article, which for those listening, you can check out the link just in the show notes. And Bradley, you're famous now, so congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be doing autographs next time.
Yeah, that's right. But something I really admire that you said was we're part of the community. And I think being in industry for as long as we have, that's often missed. It's often overlooked when you're thinking about this day-to-day society. People that maybe work in an office place don't really know much about trucking. They forget at times that the operator of that commercial vehicle is also part of the community. And that to me is probably the biggest takeaway, aside from I'm excited to talk about the food bank and Santa's Helper, but really just showing, hey, there's a massive community of professional drivers and different operators that came together to put on really a wicked show that, yeah, you have kids to old adults being like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Like, I think all in all, that really just needs to be highlighted. The fact that, yeah, you really care about the community, and it just really showed.
Truck drivers have families too, right? And there's truck drivers that struggle with Christmas and stuff like that too. So, you know, we're a family. We're like a biker gang, but we're truckers.
Yes. Yeah. Doing the positive. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So can you kind of name drop some of the people that participated? I know Lesco Distributors was huge, and there's BlackJacks Road House, which is also massive contributor. But yeah, if you wanted to name drop some people.
Yeah, like Key Tech Logistics, they helped out big time. They went out of their way to help us with some little finer details, pre-convoy stuff. City of Leduc and County of Leduc and their enforcement team did an amazing job helping us get through town. APP, All Pro Pilot, they gave us a bunch of pilot cars, and they know what they're doing. They led us right through town like we were the queen, right? DD Sand and Gravel, they come out of Thorhill and they brought 11 units. Amazing. They brought a huge pile of donations, and just they brought their whole family. grandma, grandpas, all the kids, everybody brought kids. It was awesome. Lesco, they were probably the lead supporter. BlackJacks and Clarence and his team, they did a bang up job giving us their parking lot in the restaurant. They made sure they had a team on staff for the people that were showing up, and yeah,
Amazing. It's just amazing.
Without people like that, stuff like this doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think that again, that's often missed is the community side of just what's possible. And knowing that I know there was financial donations, there was toys and non-perishable food donations, that trickle effect is going to impact like a large number of families. And yeah, all in all, it's just really great to see. Do you know yet how much food and non-perishables and toys and stuff that was collected? Do you know yet?
We had 671 toys and about 3,000 pounds of food. The cash donations got turned into food and toys. Anything that came in that was cash, it got turned into food and toys there, and we receipted everything. Everything's documented, right? Yeah, it was seeing some of the pictures and the videos, because a couple of the people took videos. They actually went in the back of the trailer and took videos of what was in there, and it's incredible. I didn't get much time to take video and pictures, so I'm kind of like you. I get to see everything secondhand. The only thing I really seen of the whole convoy was 3 pilot cars and a cop car. So
yeah, for sure. No, that's amazing, man. Just knowing again the amount of families that you touched, as a visual, but then those in need that, yeah, here, let's be gracious. And yeah, shout out to the food bank. And it was Santa's Helper, correct? That's the other.
Leduc Santa's Helper and the Leduc Food Bank.
Nice. Yeah, shout out to them as well.
Don't quote me on it, but I think they look after Beaumont and Devon area too. So it helps that area too, right?
Yes. Yeah,
and Kinsman helped us put on a pretty good show, and we helped them highlight their show, and we had 3 food trucks this year. It was pretty cool.
It's just amazing. Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that you're supporting the community well, really showcasing like this is industry, this is transportation of all different sectors coming together for a great cause. So yeah, I just, again, as an industry advocate, but also as someone in a community, just thank you so much just for all of that effort. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So can you recap the basically the route of travel? Where did it start? Where did it finish? And I guess if you want to talk about, we were talking off camera just in regards to the assistance with enforcement, with lights and stuff. But yeah, can you kind of walk us through how the convoy went that way?
We started at BlackJacks, and we left BlackJacks. We went south on Sparrow Drive to 65 Ave, and then we went on 65 Ave to 50th Street, and then 50th Street to 50th Ave, which is like literally right through Leduc. 50th Ave turns into Highway 39, and we went on Highway 39 out to Range Road 260. And we had like 9 pilot cars. They were kind of shuffling traffic for us to get to 65 Ave. That's where all the lights, that's like where Leduc took over the lights, and they had all their manpower, which was awesome. I can't thank them more. They had all the lights greened for us, and we went through onto Highway 39 out of town. We had 2 pilot cars shut traffic down so we could get off the highway as fast as we could. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm going to say there was probably 20 employees, like Leduc County or city and county employees running the lights and stuff.
Amazing. Love it, man. It's just so nice.
It wouldn't have went the way it did without their help. Like I say, I can't express that more. Without them, it would have been a lot slower, not as smooth looking.
Yeah. No, it's again like just so much gratitude when, again, different parts of industry can come together and, yeah, like you said, make it smooth, make it just really presentable too. So that way it's not choppy and, oh, there's 6 trucks and there's none for a minute. Then there's like, it's just nice to know there was good motion. And yeah, obviously
we didn't have any gapping. We had well, at one set of lights we did, but we were on our own up until there. But yeah, we didn't have any gapping. Everything was tight. Everything was together. Like if you were standing watching, the duration of it was 8 minutes for 67 trucks and 9 pilot cars to go by was about 8 minutes. So it took us about an hour, close to an hour, to get from point A to point B.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good for you, man. Just so cool. That's awesome. So in comparison from last year to this year, because how many trucks attended last year? Because did you do a similar route last year?
We did Highway 2. We went out on 19 to Highway 2 and then down 39. We only had 18 trucks last year. And I don't even think we had like 1 pilot car, I think. So it was, it was kind of it was a let's see what it's like. We didn't get permits and anything. We kind of just winged it to see what it was going to be like. We didn't burn up a lot of traffic. Like we didn't tie anything up. We stopped at all the lights and then we got all scattered, right? So this year that made it way better, way smoother looking, way more professional looking too, right? So
yeah. Well, yeah, and it's amazing. So that's 4 times the growth in a year, and from levels of government, obviously, to civilian, to enforcement, to obviously the different carriers and company owners that participated. Like, you did a really good job, man. That's something that, like, if I could give you a feather for your cap, please accept, because it's just knowing the amount of work just through our conversations where I'm like, wow, good for you. Wow, that's awesome. Like that's a big accomplishment. And that's something that's part of your legacy for sure.
It was a lot of sleepless nights. I will say that. Trying to organize it and be on the road and
right.
But we've done it now once. Next year it'll be easier. There's we've had a lot more offers for help. The biggest thing is advertising though, right? Getting it out there. I don't think a lot of people even in Leduc even knew about it until the day of, or on the Tuesday when they started putting expect delays convoy signs, like those the electric ones.
Yep.
They had those all over the place. So I think that's when people really started to know what was going on. But I think next year is going to be a lot more structured too.
Yeah, I was going to ask for next year. My optimistic goal going into our conversation was there was going to be one. So it's nice to know, yes, 2022, you can expect another Christmas convoy. And is there going to be, and if we have to do a summer interview, totally down, but is there going to be like corporate sponsor opportunities, news medias, to people like myself, who I'm just an industry junkie, who I like to bang a tambourine and make as much noise as I can? Like, what's that thought process?
We're still we're still getting over this one, but sponsorship we're going to definitely look into. We didn't have any sponsorship this year. Everything was all volunteer. Donation was the biggest thing, right? Like lots of these companies like Key Tech and those guys, they donated lots and lots of time. They like sponsorship. We were going to look into that. Like I say, we'll know more once we get a little bit closer in the season, but we'll be talking about it. Like we're already discussing on ways to improve and ways to maybe shake it up a little bit. So
yeah. Awesome, man.
You always get ideas afterwards. Oh, I'd have done it this way, or oh, you should have done it this way. Well, where were you 2 months ago? Because I could have used that idea then. But for next year, right?
Yeah. Well, hindsight's 2020, and you can always I think that's the best part is it went awesome and there's opportunity for it to get better. So just thinking of the impact, thinking of obviously the domino effect of just non-perishable foods to cash donations, like there's so many wins there that's just going to get better. I think that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were still getting registrations at 2:00 on Saturday. Like people were still showing up with trucks and donating, and we had one girl. She pretty much sat in the back of the trailer taking registrations and donations till it was time to go. And guys, people running around, make sure everyone's ready and good, and needs anything. And we have a little support group that we pretty much stuck together since the first one. And without those guys, I probably would have lost my mind.
Well, yeah, especially being in the convoy and working up until basically the convoy too. Like, yeah, that's a lot for sure.
2:00 in the morning on Friday night, and you're still getting trucks ready to go and making sure everybody else is ready to go, and trucks clean and shiny and lit up. And
yeah. Only in one of the coldest seasons that North America gets to experience too.
The weather couldn't have been any better. It was like -5. It was a little windy during the day, but once we got going, it was good. It wasn't super cold. We had a big bonfire going when they had a bonfire first when we got there. And
amazing.
Last year when we got there, we just kind of drove in and parked and did our own thing. And this year we had to move people out of the way. And I'm sure they heard our air horns coming off the highway, and parents are dragging their kids by the leg. Let's go, the trucks are coming. It was crazy when we showed up there, and there was people everywhere. The whole parking lot was full of people.
Amazing.
We had to get the pilot cars to move people out of the way so we could park. And
amazing, man.
I don't think we made enough noise, but we made lots of noise.
Yeah. Well, you know what goal number 1 is for next year then is
make more noise.
Make some noise. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's awesome. So for you then, what would you say was the number one? I'll ask highlight. What was the number one highlight for you? Again, hindsight's 2020. You've had, I guess, just over a week to digest just the success of the event, everything that went into the event. What would you say is your biggest takeaway, is like something that you're really proud of?
I would have to say it would be, as I was driving out, leading the convoy, seeing the trucks that were there. I was parked at Airport Road at the lights, and there were still trucks pulling out of BlackJacks. I'm not sure exactly how far that is, but that's a long block. 67 units. Well, I never expected we'd get 67. Looking in the trailer too, that was probably the biggest positive thing for me, was seeing how much stuff that we actually accumulated for being as small as we are. I mean, you go into Peterbilt and places like that, and their whole showroom is full of toys. They have a lot of big customers, and we just went off of we're all little guys. So we did our best, and I think we did really good.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I so proud of you, man. Honestly, just
Thanks.
Seeing the fruits of the labor is a great feeling, and it's at the end of the day, you climbed a mountain, and then you're able to enjoy the view. And I think just as people, I don't think you have a cape on behind you with the superhero badge or nothing. So you're an everyday person that's just making a difference. I think that's, man, one of the best things that you could have done, which is just so empowering. Yeah.
Just another truck driver.
Professional, man. Professional. It's I don't want to make you blush, but I could go on forever of just I'm really proud of you. I think it's awesome. And I think just the domino effect of what you've done that's the best part, because it doesn't stop tomorrow. Like you said, people are still donating, and it's like, man, the event's over and people are still giving, right? Like that's just amazing.
Yeah, we have some more donations to pick up at BlackJacks, and it's been over for a week already. So I mean, we'll take them year round, just accumulate them for next year. And we're probably going to make the big announcement at the Lesco show in September, the truck show. That'll be when we make the announcement. That's we're going to start. We'll have a lot of our ducks in a row by then, but that's when the announcement's going to get made, and we're going to start taking donations, and we'll have a silent auction probably set up at the truck show for the convoy, stuff like that. Sponsorship will be kind of a blended thing, I think, between the truck shows and the convoy.
Nice. That's exciting, man.
That's another thing that maybe down the road we could get into have another podcast about the truck show. We can maybe even get some of the Lesco guys involved in it. And
totally. Yeah, you said that was in September, right?
September, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I will.
I don't know the date, but it'll be around the 18th ish, whatever that weekend is. Yeah.
Perfect. Totally down. Yeah. And it's, again, I'm just really proud of you. I'm really proud of just everyone that really stepped up, because again, that's abnormal. And there's a lot of reasons to say, oh, no, I'm just going to stay at home, or I don't want to be involved. I got enough on my plate. Just to push all that aside and say, no, let's make a difference in the lives of others. Let's really showcase our industry. Let's showcase how different levels of industry can come together. I think all in all, you did a great job, man.
Yeah. And we had a mixture of everybody. We had some gravel guys, we had highway guys, we had off-road guys, we had fluid guys and winch tractors and highway trucks, and
it's amazing.
We had some tow trucks. We had a few tow trucks, which is, I always like seeing the tow trucks. I like seeing those big wreckers all lit up.
Yes. Yeah.
TJ's Towing gave us 2 and a pilot car. And I think the pilot car guy even had a drone. So he had the drone out. He was playing around with the drone. So there's going to be some drone footage coming out soon too. We had one of our Lesco people had a drone out. So I think Tuesday that should come out. So I'll try to get that out to everybody as soon as I can too.
Correct. Yeah,
I'd like to see some of the footage of some of the people that were watching us go by. I haven't found too much of it, but I'm sure there's a few videos out there.
Yes.
I'd like to find some of those, because like I say, I didn't get to see any of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. So, man, honestly, again, I'm just proud of you, and it's just great to see. So can you kind of give us a quick recap again of who can we thank? Who is involved that really made a difference in the event?
BlackJacks Road House, Clarence and the team, they did a bang up job giving us a parking lot and a restaurant. Key Tech Logistics, they gave us manpower and supplies, welders. They gave us trucks and all the help we needed and support. City of Leduc and County of Leduc and their enforcement team. They would probably be a lot of their works group with the lights and stuff. APP, all pro pilot. He did a bang up job with pilot cars and dealing with the traffic that we needed to. Lesco Distributors is the biggest one, because if it wasn't for them, this probably wouldn't happen. And then of course my team, everybody knows who they are. We've been working together for a year and a half now from the first one. There's about 15 of us in that group.
Nice.
If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. Like I say, I'm still digesting it myself. It took me till Tuesday to get out of bed after Saturday night. So if I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. And I really thank everybody for everything they did. Spouses, everybody's spouses, wives, girlfriends, partners, kids that put up with the 2 months of hair pulling, of not being around and making this a success. And everybody that came out, everybody that lined the parking lots with their cameras, and everybody that came to Leduc West, Leduc Kinsman, they probably were the initial boost to fire the whole thing up the first time. And they went out of their way to make sure that there was room and the fire was going. And if it wasn't for those guys either, we probably wouldn't even have had the one last year.
It's amazing. Yeah, again, that's the community, right? And it's a lot of people to thank. It's a lot to digest. It's a lot to even accept as a person. Like, hey, I helped make something incredible happen. And yeah, I just Super awesome. So if people had questions about this year's convoy, so maybe there's probably still people that are like, hey, can I donate? As well as if people have questions for the 2022 convoy, are you cool if they just reach out to you via email on Facebook or on LinkedIn kind of thing?
Yeah, hit me up. Well, we have a Facebook group. It's Lesco Country Christmas Convoy. It's open group, and that's where a lot of the information is going to be received and let out. So anybody with videos, feel free to share too. Donations, we'll take them year round, right? So make next year better.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, and I'll make sure to include that as well. Just when we're broadcasting this out, your contact details, everything goes into the show notes. So that way, yeah, if people have questions, if people want to give, there's their direct contact to Bradley, and then yeah, that'd be awesome for sure.
Yep.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So as we kind of come to a close for today, were there any final thoughts that you wanted to share?
No, I'm pretty good. I'm still, like I say, I'm still getting over it myself, and I'm constantly thinking about how next year is going to be better. And thank everybody again for support, and even the people that didn't come, that shared it, liked it, told others about it, stuff like that. It helps big time.
Yes.
Word of mouth is the biggest, and I think we did pretty good this year, and let's make it better next year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, honestly, just again, as an industry advocate, someone that, yeah, I think we can identify very similar on different things in our career path to just the impact of people. I'm really grateful. And I just know the domino effect of who you've impacted visually. And if it's a gift, if it's with non-perishable food, I think that's just all in all, man, it's really, really awesome. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I couldn't, like I said, couldn't have done it without my team. I won't take the credit for how well it went. It's a team effort for sure.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, no, hats off. So, and yeah, thanks so much for hopping back on the Truck Focus podcast. It's just nice to connect, obviously, and hear how it went. This was awesome.
Anytime, it's actually getting kind of easier to do. A couple more, I'll be a pro at it.
That's right. Yeah. I'm not as threatening as I look, I know. So it's good. No, man, that's awesome. So, but yeah, thanks again. Really appreciate your time. And yeah, thanks so much for everything that you've done. This was awesome, buddy.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Awesome. Okay. Talk to you later, buddy. So yeah.
Thank you.
Bradley, honestly, man, to you, to your team of about 15 people, to Lesco distributors, to just the town and county of Leduc, obviously to BlackJacks Road House, and everyone else involved that made just the Christmas convoy so spectacular. Thank you so much, honestly, from an industry advocate like myself, just knowing that there's people like yourselves that are sacrificing your time, your energy, part of it's your money to really impact the community, while also really highlighting just the different professionals in the transportation industry. It's honestly, it's incredible. So I just want to say thank you so much again, just for all of the effort that went into this year's Christmas convoy, super hyped for next year's convoy, and just, yeah, all of the impacts that are happening throughout our industry. So again, thank you so much. To all of our dedicated listeners, if you've not yet done so, check out episode 58, where Bradley talks a little bit more about himself, as well as the lead way into the convoy, all the things that had to go into planning it, to permitting, to different coordinations and all that good stuff, as well as on our YouTube channel. I've posted a few videos of just the convoy itself. An incredible event. And again, thank you so much to everyone involved. So if this is the first time you've ever checked out a Truck Focus podcast, I'm super grateful for your time, because I love introducing industry to people like Bradley, who industry leaders making a difference, collecting this, again, it's attention and gathering different industry leaders together to really impact with things such as the convoy. We have a bunch of different stuff coming up. So again, thank you so much for your time, especially to our dedicated listeners as well. Thank you so much, just again, for checking out the Truck Focus podcast. If you have not done, or if you've not yet done so, I do ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, simply press the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that way you're updated of upcoming content. We release episodes at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, as well as we have some other really good stuff in the works. If you're checking this out on a podcast platform, same thing. Ask you to subscribe if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast player. And again, thank you so much just for and your investment of time and the impact that you're having on the industry. And as always, let's create a pivotal impact. Bye.